And this is something that I kind of want to talk about a little bit because you put out on Twitter, shout out to the man Wayne. If you don't follow
Uh-oh.
him on Twitter yet, you got to
Uh-oh.
go do that. He says, there's 3 areas the 49ers still need to improve in to remain dominant. And so I want you to kind of walk us through these 3 things that you highlighted because I agree with you.
Okay, we agree. That's cool. It's cool when we agree. Number one, third down offensively, and I guess you could say defensively because it was quite even because the Jaguars had
4
the
and 12.
same percentage, right? And so the 49ers offensively have to be better for me on third down. And they could do it in small increments, right? Like, so if they went 33% in this game, I'm hoping the next game at home, they bump it up to 50%, right? And then the game after that, they get to 75%. I know I was asking for a lot, but at the end of the day, the Niners got to be better on third down. I'm tired of them getting silly penalties and getting off the field. I don't want to see Mitch Wishnowsky punt the ball. I want to see first downs. And I will say this. My voice isn't fully back yet. I
Oh,
will
yeah.
say
Same.
this that the Niners have so many options for third down conversions, it's not even funny. I don't care if it's Jawan Jennings, which I miss. You can add in Ronnie Bell. Ronnie Bell had one of the biggest third down conversions in this game and maybe of the San Francisco 49ers season. And that was it. Like, so it lets me know that Kyle is still experimenting. I don't want to say fishing or searching. Kyle knows exactly, but he's still experimenting with some key pieces. Also, there's other ways to get other third down conversions, man. Like,
Run the
even with
ball.
there,
Run
okay.
the ball.
There we go.
Run
Okay.
the
I
ball.
knew you were waiting for that, and I knew you were gonna co-sign it. I
Third
knew you were
and
gonna
4, running the ball is my favorite thing in football. It's my number one. Third and
I,
4 run play. I
I knew
love
you
it.
were gonna complete me. I just did. Like that's what you do. Like I knew it. Like I felt it. And I'm tired of saying it, but the Niners got to be better. Like they got to be better. And I'm listen, 34-3 blowout, cool. We still got to be better. That's number one. Number two, 7 missed tackles is still too much for me. And some of them were many, the majority of them for the secondaries. But Diamador Lenore probably had his worst game, and I don't think I think it came down duly to the new role that he had to play. It was not off and on, outside, inside for him. It was all inside for him, and he just missed tackles. Like
Yeah.
had the receiver in his grasps, tried to one arm tackle, dude bounces off. It can't happen. Diamador Lenore, I don't know if he's like a great tackler. He's more like a hit stick guy. He's got to erase the hit stick from his memory because you will give up explosive plays. Believe the Christian Kirk explosive play was on a missed tackle. So like when I like they got the missed tackles are a problem. Fred Warner, the first one, John and I, we didn't disagree. I think we both agreed to it. It was a tough tackle for Fred to make because it looked like he was going for the ball.
Yeah.
But they're going to count it as a missed tackle because it was like bam, bam. He was there in the coverage. It was right there. Great throw.
Great coverage.
Great coverage. He just kind of went for the ball, dove in, and then didn't get the tackle. But then he had another one in the game as well where he kind of like bounced off these guys. And listen, football players are shifty, slippery. They have to find a way to bring them down. And the majority of the missed tackles came in the screen game. I
Right.
probably could have put that in there. But missed tackles, they got to do better. 7 missed tackles. And then the one that messes my mother freaking mojo up the most. I'll take 4 for 12 every game on third down if the Niners stop getting silly penalties.
Yeah. The penalties, and they always happen early on the offense. And when they do, like the game started off perfect. I went through, I've got the first half offensive breakdown up on our Patreon and the 49ersrush.com. And man, offense was cooking. It's just you had that pass interference against Ayuk, which was pass
crap.
interference.
It was a push. It was a push.
And I think why he got called is because he pushed off in the end zone on that touchdown, and they didn't call it. They worked the refs, and then a drive later, they do call it there. And so that's kind of the way that it works. So, yeah, I'm with you on the penalties. Now, I'm also with Steven over here. Don't bother me. Can we capitalize off turnovers?
We absolutely can.
4 straight weeks that
absolutely
the defense has caused a turnover, given the 49ers offense the ball on the positive side of the 50, and you walk away with 0 points.
Well, what happens, though, Steven, is that the Niners end up with a big hold penalty, which puts you now behind the down the distance. And then Kyle runs 3 straight pass plays, and none of them are screens.
Hmm.
And so, like, you get to the play calling and you say, God dang, come on, Kyle.
Yeah.
Why can we get screened up, but we can't screen somebody up? You got the option here. Or just run the ball. Like,
Yeah.
all right, for example, on the offensive PI play, right? The next play, what do we do? Throw it again. So why are we throwing on 1st and 20 when you could run it? I take 2 yards over net no yards, right? 2 yards, 2nd and 18. It's still 2nd and long. Now you can run another intermediate play where you can set up your personnel and possibly get half of those back. And now you're on a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. And it makes it more, easy to try to get or convert that 3rd down. And that's why the Niners struggled on 3rd down, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
the play calling will always be somewhat of an issue in those situations. Now, execution is another thing which you can add. That could be number 5. But I thought the 49ers executed rather decent in this game. It's just when you get a penalty, it changes up the whole. I mean, John, what's the play on 1st and 20? What is it? Like,
you don't go empty set and get the quarterback hit.
ooh,
Like,
you were pissed? I'd never seen John angry.
I get mad at empty sets.
Oh my God.
I don't
John
mind
was,
the empty set if it's a quick hitch or a quick read. I get really upset
ooh.
in the empty set, meaning no running back, no fullback, nobody's behind there, just no threat of running the ball, and you do a 5-7 step drop. I hate that. I do not like. That's not who we are. We're not Patrick Mahomes. We're not slinging whatever.
Even Patrick
I
Mahomes
don't
in
like.
an empty set, he's still gonna find a way to improv it a little bit. Brock Purdy's still not. That's not him. He can improv, but he's not the Patrick Mahomes innate improver where I'm gonna hike the ball for 3. I'm gonna run around for a couple of minutes and then find somebody to get open and pray that we get a penalty flag. That's not Brock. And when you saw the empty set, I said to you, John, isn't the defense just gonna play pass?
And they did. They all backed up and they all made their alert
Shit.
calls and they teed
Shoot.
off. And yeah, I almost heard the wire come out right there. She.
She.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.